Welcome to another of our Compassion Works for All videos. And on this beautiful fall day, looking out over the lake and at the little village across the lake, we see nature in such an incredible display. Some people might call it the force of nature. Some people might call it a manifestation of God. Some people may see it as holy. Whatever your words might be, I'm going to suggest that we switch our conceptualization slightly and perhaps see it as a container. Each and every aspect of nature and all that we see. What if we saw it as a container for the sacred, a container for God, a container that holds nature's expression? And in that way we see each and every manifestation of sacred energy being held in a form that contributes to the vastness and to the whole, and each to its own function or aspect of expression. When we rest in such beautiful places as nature, places that are holy, it reminds us that we too are each a container for the sacred, perhaps a container for God, certainly a container for nature's expression. Each of us with our own form, our own sacred mission and expression, our own gifts in every way. And to look around and become awakened by the energy and the beauty, and to feel grateful for all that we have. We are stirred into complete devotion to living what it is that we are here to live in our lives. Now, sadly, many of us find a little cave to hide away in. And little by little we put on our suit of armor and go and sit in our cave and even face the back wall and turn on the television. And there we sit, feeling safe and protected from all of our fears. Our thoughts create this suit of armor. Our thoughts and beliefs create the cave. We're distracted from our pain and suffering by the television set, and there we sit, hardly ever coming out and looking out from the front of our cave and seeing a view such as this. I wonder why. Is there fear in knowing all that we are? Is the fear of the world and its dangers so great that we feel more secure, heavily armored, and sitting in the darkness rather than in the radiance? and distracted by an artificial life like stories on television rather than what is real and beautiful and the gift that harmonizes with all that we are. We see the sacred container of water, and we too are a sacred container of water. We see the sacred container of the mountains, and we too are a sacred container for form. We see the sacred container of the trees, rooted deep and reaching high into the sky. We too are sacred containers like the trees, with our deep connections to earth and our reaching high into the sky. Maybe you can hear the little squirrel nearby calling to his friends, a little circle of friends living amongst the trees, sacred containers for life. And we too are sacred containers of life. Sacred container for the vastness of the universe, the sky and the clouds floating, filling the sky. We too are sacred containers that know vastness, that know the universe. Clouds float through our vast view like these clouds, and yet they barely obscure all that we have the capacity to hold. Our view is so vast, it could never be filled by form, by water, by mountains, by land, by trees, by living creatures. Let's come out of our cave and piece by piece take off that armor and walk out the entry and stand at the cliff's edge and just rest in all that we see. Let our own name be given to all that is radiant and colorful and alive and sacred and filled with gifts. Rest here, filling yourself with all that is the miracle that manifests around you, but mirrors your true self. Rest here, just being you, one with all that is, one with this vastness, one, one. See who you are. Resting here for as long as you can, and knowing that we at Compassion Works for All are here with you too.